Off the coast of Southern California, there's a region where a large number of barrels with waste from DDT production were deposited, some of that in the 70s and 80s. And we will be going there to characterize the ecological, microbial and animal diversity of the seafloor.
So the DDT Barrel site is relatively close to shore. It's admittedly in 1,000 meters of water, so it seems like it's well separated from people and our own environment. But we don't really know that. So the first thing is to find out what is still there.
So we will be diving on the barrels and taking samples along mini transects, push core samples at different distances from the barrels.
So we will be sampling the sediments around this barrel site for the chemistry and the microbiology, but also for the animals. We anticipate there still will be animals in the sediment near the barrels. And then we'll compare it with sediments that are distant from the barrels, so we can then have basically a baseline background fauna of animals to compare with at the barrels. And we'll see if there's an obvious difference.
Today we were able to sample from 4 different barrels, and we were able to collect sediment cores starting close to the barrels and moving further away from them. And so we made these cores at 5 different sites from close to far away, and now we have them on the ship, and we're going to dissect them horizontally into sections, and we're going to look through the various sections of the core, which basically give us a glimpse into history, because sedimentation has occurred since these barrels were deposited here, and at some level down in the sediment core, which corresponds to about the 1970s when they were deposited, we're expecting to see high concentrations of these chemicals.
Then the question will be, well, what's the influence of this chemistry in the water column, in the creatures that are more directly related to us, the fishes and then the birds that eat the fish, this whole food chain. And that's really a large question of unknowns. We know that DDT can be very persistent, and now many decades later, is it still having an impact or not? We need to at least get an understanding of what's there before we can start to understand the impact it might be having on us.
I think we can't make decisions about this until we know what lives there, whether the organisms have been affected by it in any way, and whether nature is repairing itself already, or whether there's still a problem that needs fixing.